The whistle blew sharp and sudden, slicing through the humid air of the gym like a knife through my chest. I froze mid-stride on the court, basketball tucked under my arm, as Jake, my straight-as-an-arrow best friend, dropped to one knee right there in front of the entire team, his hand clutching his thigh but his eyes locking onto mine with a desperation I'd never seen. "Alex?" he gasped, voice cracking like thunder in the silence that followed. "I can't pretend anymore. It's you, it's always been you." The words hung there, heavier than the championship ring we'd chased for years. And in that split second, the world tilted, pulling me under into a storm I never saw coming. I remember the exact moment it all started unraveling, back when the leaves were just starting to turn in our sleepy corner of suburban Chicago. It was sophomore year at Lincoln High, the kind of place where Friday nights meant gridiron glory under floodlights, and the air smelled like fresh-cut grass mixed with teenage sweat and unspoken dreams. Jake Harlan and I had been inseparable since kindergarten, bonded over scraped knees on the playground and later, over endless hours shooting hoops in his driveway until the streetlights buzzed on. He was the golden boy, tall, broad-shouldered, with that effortless grin that could charm teachers into extra credit and girls into giggling fits. Me? I was the shadow to his light. Wiry, quick on my feet, with messy brown hair that never stayed put and eyes that hid too much. We'd made the varsity basketball team as freshmen, a feat that turned us into local legends overnight. Coach Ramirez called us the dynamic duo, always pairing us up in drills. Me feeding him perfect alley-oops, him slamming them home like he was born for the spotlight. Practice was our religion, the gym our cathedral. I'd steal glances at him during water breaks, the way his tank top clung to his chest after sprints, veins popping on his forearms as he chugged Gatorade. It wasn't just admiration. It was a quiet ache, the kind that bloomed in secret and threatened to choke you if you let it show. I was gay, had known it since I was 12, piecing it together from crushes on TV heartthrobs and the way my stomach flipped when Jake slung an arm around my shoulders after a win. But telling him? That was a bridge rigged with dynamite. Jake was straight, dated cheerleaders like it was his civic duty, and our friendship was the one pure thing in my chaotic world. That day in early October, the gym echoed with the squeak of sneakers and the thud of balls against hardwood. We'd just wrapped up suicides, those brutal shuttle runs that left your lungs burning, and the team was milling about, toweling off, trash-talking about the upcoming game against Riverton. I was leaning against the bleachers, catching my breath, when Jake sauntered over, his jersey dark with sweat, that lopsided smile aimed right at me. "Dude, you were on fire today," he said, bumping my fist with his. His hand lingered a beat too long, fingers brushing mine in a way that sent sparks up my arm. That no-look pass in the third set? Poetry. I laughed it off, heat creeping up my neck. "Yeah, well, someone's gotta set up the showboat." We bantered like always, but there was something off in his eyes, storm clouds gathering behind the blue. He glanced around, making sure the others were out of earshot, then leaned in closer. Too close. His breath was warm against my ear, smelling faintly of spearmint gum. "Alex, listen, there's this thing. With Sarah. Sarah Klein, head cheerleader, all blonde waves and batting lashes. They'd been talking for weeks, which meant stolen kisses at parties and her name scrawled in his notebook margins. My gut twisted, but I forced a nod. "Spill it, man. She dump you for the quarterback again." He shook his head, running a hand through his damp hair. "Nah, it's good, actually. Real good. But I keep thinking about what comes next. You know, college scouts watching, expectations piling up." His voice dropped, almost a whisper. "What if it's all just noise? What if the real stuff, the stuff that matters, is right here?" I swallowed hard, heart hammering. Was he talking about the team? The game? Or, no, couldn't be. "Jake, you're killing it. Scouts love you. We've got this." He met my gaze, something raw flickering there, like a match struck in the dark. Then the whistle blew for lineup, and the moment shattered. We jogged back out, but his words clung to me like humidity, heavy and inescapable. That night, I lay in bed staring at the glow-in-the-dark stars on my ceiling, remnants of childhood dreams Jake and I had stuck up together. My phone buzzed, a text from him. Can't sleep. Hoops tomorrow. Dawn patrol. I typed back always, but my thumb hovered over send, fingers trembling. Dawn patrol was our thing. Secret sessions before school, just the two of us on an empty court, the city waking up around us. It was safe, sacred. But lately, every brush of shoulders, every shared laugh, felt like edging closer to a cliff. The next morning, the air was crisp, fog rolling off Lake Michigan like a ghost. We met at the park courts, the chain link rattling in the breeze. Jake arrived first, already dribbling, his silhouette sharp against the pink sky. I joined him and we fell into rhythm, pass, drive, shoot. No words, just the ball's whisper and our synced breaths. Halfway through, he faked left, spun right, and I anticipated it perfectly, blocking his layup with a swipe that sent him stumbling into me. We collided, chests heaving, his hands gripping my arms to steady himself. Time stretched, his face inches from mine, lips parted, eyes searching. "Sorry," he muttered. But he didn't let go. Not right away. I could have pulled back. Should have. Instead, I whispered, "You telegraph that spin every time." It was lame, but it broke the tension, and we laughed. Easy, familiar. But as we reset, I caught him watching me, not the hoop. Watching like he was seeing me for the first time. School dragged after that. Classes blurred, AP Calc, English Lit where we dissected The Great Gatsby, and I wondered if Jake felt that doomed longing too. Lunch was chaos in the cafeteria, trays clattering, but we claimed our corner table, him devouring a burger while I picked at fries. The team crowded in, recounting practice highlights, but Jake was quiet, sketching plays on a napkin. When Tyler, our point guard, slung an arm around me and joked about my secret boyfriend vibes, Jake's fork paused midair. "Back off, Ty," he said, tone light but edged. "Alex is family." The table hooted, but I felt it. The possessiveness in his voice, the way his knee pressed against mine under the table and stayed there. Accidental? Maybe. But my pulse raced like I'd just run full court. By evening, rumors swirled. Sarah had posted a pic on Insta. Her and Jake at the mall, arms linked, caption date night with my MVP blue heart. My feed lit up with likes. Hearts exploding like fireworks I wanted to stomp out. I scrolled in the dark, thumb burning, until another notification pinged. "Jake, ignore that. It's nothing. Meet me at the pier?" The pier was our escape, jutting into the lake like a promise. I biked there under street lamps, wind whipping my jacket. He was at the end, skipping stones, the water black and endless. "Hey," I said, dropping beside him. He handed me a flat rock. "She wanted to go public." I said yeah, but Alex felt wrong, like wearing someone else's skin. I skipped the stone 3 bounces, watching ripples spread. Then why do it? Because everyone's watching. Dad's on my case about building the brand for college apps. Coach about legacy. Sarah about whatever. He sighed, head tipping back to the stars. "You get it, right? The pressure. Like if you slip, it's all gone." I nodded, throat tight. His dad, Big Mike Harlan, ex-pro baller turned car salesman, lived through Jake like he was reliving his glory days. My own folks were softer. Mom a nurse who baked cookies for team potlucks. Dad a mechanic who fixed Jake's beater truck for free. They knew about me, supported quietly. But this was Jake's war. We talked until curfew, voices low over the waves. As I stood to leave, he hugged me, fierce, lingering. "Thanks for being real," he murmured into my shoulder. I pedaled home dizzy, the line between friends and more blurring like fog on glass. Weeks blurred into a rhythm. Practices intensifying as playoffs loomed. Jake and Sarah's relationship splashed across socials, me burying feelings in jumpers and homework. But cracks showed. He'd ditch her texts during film sessions to whisper strategy with me, or show up at my window after fights, claiming he needed bro time. One night, post-argument with her, he crashed on my couch, shirtless and sprawling, snoring softly. I covered him with a blanket, fingers tracing the line of his jaw before I caught myself and fled to my room, heart a traitor. Then came the scout visit. Notre Dame reps in the stands, clipboards poised like judges. We dominated, me dishing dimes, Jake posterizing defenders. Post-game, handshakes and slaps. But in the locker room, Jake cornered me by the sinks. "You see that block? Your call," he said, grinning, but his eyes were wild. "Team effort." Water ran cold over my hands. He stepped closer, voices echoing around us. "Alex, Harlan, media," Coach barked, and he was gone, leaving me staring at my reflection, fractured. That night, the hook that snagged us all, the whistle, the kneel, the confession, it exploded everything. The gym fell silent after Jake's words, a vacuum sucking in every breath, every shuffle of feet. Guys stared, jaws slack. Tyler dropping his towel, Marcus midlace on his sneaker. Coach's clipboard clattered to the floor. I stood there, ball slipping from my grip, rolling forgotten to the baseline. Jake on one knee, not from injury but from the weight of it all. His face pale under the fluorescent buzz, eyes pleading like a man confessing on death row. "Get up, Harlan," Coach growled, storming over, but Jake didn't budge. His hand trembled as he reached for me, not the thigh he'd clutched as cover. "Alex, please, say something." My voice failed, lodged in my throat like a thorn. The team erupted, whispers turning to shouts. "What the hell, man? Is this a prank?" Sarah burst in then, pom-poms forgotten, eyes red from whatever text had summoned her. "Jake? What's going on?" He rose slowly, wobbling like a newborn foal, and the dam broke. "It's over, Sarah. It was always pretend." She gasped, hand to mouth, and bolted, door slamming like a gunshot. Chaos reigned. Coach herding the team out, muttering about teen drama. Guys slapping Jake's back in awkward support or shooting me side, eyes laced with confusion, disgust. I wanted to vanish, to rewind to dawn patrols and napkin sketches. But Jake grabbed my wrist as I turned to flee. "Wait, we need to talk." "Here? Now?" My whisper was ragged. "You just outed us. To everyone." "Us?" His brow furrowed, hope flickering. "You mean?" The door swung open again. His dad, Big Mike, face thunderous, summoned by a frantic assistant coach. "Son, what is this bullshit I hear?" Mike filled the doorway, 6'4" of ex-athlete bulk, veins bulging like ropes. Jake squared up, still gripping me. "Dad, it's not bullshit. It's me. I'm gay. And it's Alex." The words landed like a fast-break dunk gone wrong, brutal, final. Mike's eyes narrowed, flicking to me like I was the villain in his script. "The hell you are. You're a Harlan. We don't." "We do," Jake cut in, voice steel. "Or I walk. From basketball, from everything." Mike's laugh was bitter, hollow. "Throw away your future for this?" He jabbed a finger at me. "Some sidekick fantasy?" I flinched, but Jake stepped between us. "Alex isn't a sidekick. He's the reason I play, the reason I breathe." His voice cracked on the last word, and Mike deflated, shoulders slumping like a punctured tire. "Get your ass home. We're talking." Mike spun out, door banging shut. Jake turned to me, exhausted. "I'm sorry. I didn't plan it like that. It just spilled." I backed away, head spinning. "You think sorry fixes this? My life's imploding too, Jake. Texts are blowing up. My phone's a minefield." He nodded, eyes glistening. "I know, but I couldn't lie anymore. Not to you. Not after everything." We parted in the parking lot, his truck peeling out, my bike a lonely shadow under sodium lights. Home was worse. Mom at the kitchen table, scrolling news alerts about local teen scandal. Dad awkwardly stirring coffee. They hugged me tight. No questions, just "We're here, kiddo." But sleep evaded, replaying the kneel, the claim. "It's you." Was it love? Panic? Both? School next day was a gauntlet. Hallways buzzed, whispers trailing like smoke. Lockers slammed with extra force. Eyes darting, curious, cruel. Tyler cornered me at my locker. "Dude, for real? You and Harlan?" His grin was half joke, half wary. I slammed the door. "Mind your business. Come on, bro. If it's true, own it." But Jake? He's straight. Was. I echoed, pushing past. Classes dragged, teachers avoiding eye contact, like I'd become a live wire. Lunch skipped, hid in the library, burying in Gatsby until irony choked me. All that green light longing, crashing on rocks. Jake found me after last bell, leaning on my bike rack, bruise purple under his eyes. Skipped practice. Coach benched me. My stomach dropped. Because of? Nah. Cool down period. He air quoted, bitter. Dad's got me in lockdown. No phone, no nothing. We walked the long way home, leaves crunching underfoot, silence thick. Finally, why now, Jake? After Sarah, the scouts. He stopped, facing me under a canopy of turning maples. Because losing you scared me more than any of that. Last week, at the party, you left early, and I saw you with that guy from art club, laughing, touching his arm. It gutted me. Ben? He's just a friend. But heat flushed my cheeks. Ben had flirted, harmless, but I'd shut it down, loyal to the ghost of what-ifs. Jake's jaw tightened. Felt like betrayal. Then it hit. I've been the one betraying us. Pretending to fit their mold, Dad's, the team's, Sarah's. But with you, it's easy. Real. My breath hitched. Jake, I'm gay. Have been forever. But you, I know what I am. He closed the gap, forehead to mine, world narrowing to his warmth, his scent, sweat and pine. Question is, can we do this? Together. I pulled back, hard a war drum. I don't know. This isn't a movie. People get hurt. We stood there, inches apart, until a car horn shattered it. His ride, courtesy of Mike's surveillance. Text me from the library computer? He pleaded. I nodded, watching him go. A knot of hope and fear twisting tighter. The fallout snowballed. Socials erupted. Anonymous accounts spewing slurs. Harlan out trending locally. Sarah's friends iced me out. Tyler ghosted drills. But allies emerged. Coach pulled Jake aside post-bench, saying, play your game, kid. On and off court. Mom baked pies for the Harlans. Dad fixed Mike's SUV gratis, whispering, love's love, Mike. End of story. Jake and I stole moments. Notes in lockers, late-night calls from payphones, his lockdown loophole. Each word deepened the pull, stories of his first crush. A boy on his little league team. My hidden journals of pining. It was fragile, electric, like dribbling on ice. Then betrayal struck, swift as a steel. Mid-November, playoffs heating. I overheard in the hall. Jake at a party, drunk, Sarah consoling. It was a phase, he slurred, her posting a reunion pic by morning. My world cracked. Texts unanswered, practices avoided. He showed finally, eyes bloodshot. I panicked. Dad cornered me. Said scouts bail on distractions. I drank. She was there. Phase. The word tasted like ash. I'm a phase now? No. Alex, please. He reached, but I jerked away. You knelt for me, Jake. Then crawled back to easy. He crumpled, tears tracking. I'm scared. Of losing basketball, Dad, everything. But mostly you. I walked away, chest caving, the gym's echo mocking me. Alone. I ran suicides in the dark, ball thumping like a broken heart, until dawn broke cold and unforgiving. The benching stretched into weeks, a purgatory of sidelined longing. Jake suited up but rode pine, coach's focus, excuse fooling no one. I'd catch him in the stands, gaze tracking my every cut, every swish, like a prayer unanswered. Practices became torture. Me feeding Tyler assists once meant for him, the court feeling vast and empty without our sync. Off-court, radio silence. His phone confiscated, mine a graveyard of unsent rants. Ben from art club reached out, lunches turning to coffee runs, his easy smile a balm. You're worth more than that drama, he'd say, hand brushing mine. It tempted, safety in straight lines. But Jake's ghost lingered, a bruise that throbbed. Thanksgiving loomed, families gathering like storm clouds. Mom insisted on the Harlan's neutral ground, her pies as peace offering. The drive was quiet, Dad humming old Springsteen to fill the void. Mike answered the door, gruff but softer around the edges, beer in hand. Come in. Turkey's not burned yet. The table was a minefield. Forced small talk over mashed potatoes. Jake across from me, avoiding eyes. His mom, Lisa, quiet, kind-eyed, steered to safe harbors. Weather, the Bears' losing streak. But under the cloth, his foot nudged mine. Accidental? Morse code? I pulled back, heat rising. Post-meal, men to football on TV, women to dishes. Jake and I escaped to the garage, his domain of weights and hoops posters. He closed the door soft, leaning against it. Alex, I've been dying. I crossed arms, guarding. You chose your phase out. He winced. Stupidest night of my life. Woke up hating myself. Dad's easing, saw a therapist, actually. For him, for us. He stepped closer, vulnerability cracking his voice. I love basketball, but without you, it's hollow. Love. The word hung, unclaimed. My resolve frayed. Then fight for it. Not just words, actions. He nodded. Fierce. Scouts coming back post-holiday. I'll tell coach everything. Play or sit, but no more hiding. We talked then, really talked. Fears spilling like overfilled glasses. His rejection sting, the Harlan legacy's chokehold. Mine. The quiet terror of loving louder than loved. Hours passed. Lisa called us in for pie, but the air had shifted, lighter, laced with possibility. Playoffs hit like a freight train. First round versus crosstown rivals, gym packed, banners waving. Jake started, coach's nod to redemption. Nerves jangled. Tip off, and we clicked. My pass arcing perfect, his dunk igniting the crowd. But midway second quarter, foul trouble, him hacked on a drive, me charging the lane. Free throws swished, but whispers rippled. Opponents taunting fairy duo. Our side chanting back. It fueled us. By halftime, up 10, sweat slick and synced. Locker room. Coach's pep talk, but Jake pulled me aside. This is us. No matter what. Third quarter exploded, back and forth, elbows sharp, refs swallowing whistles. Jake stole a pass, fed me for three. I blocked a layup, outlet to him for fast break thunder. But late, twist. He twisted an ankle on a screen, crumpling. I dove to him, crowd gasping, his hand finding mine amid the scrum. I'm good, he gritted. But trainers hauled him, sprain, out for the game. We scraped by, buzzer beater mine, but victory tasted flat. Our wait was endless. Mike pacing, Lisa praying rosaries. X-rays clear, 2 weeks sidelined. Jake, propped on crutches, grinned through pain. Worth it. Saw your face when I went down. Pure fire. I squeezed his hand, unthinking. Mike caught it, paused, then nodded, small grace. Recovery blurred. Ice packs, PT sessions where I drive him. Our car rides filling with mixtapes. Springsteen, Hozier, anthems of open roads and hidden hearts. One night, post-therapy, his now ours, we detoured to the pier. Snow dusted the rails, lake frozen at edges. He leaned on me, crutch-free for the first time. Alex, he started, breath fogging. That party. Sarah was pity. But you're home. I turned, snowflakes catching in his lashes. Prove it. He did slow, tentative, lips brushing mine like a question. Answer yes. The kiss deepened. World fading to salt wind and his heartbeat under my palm. Not fireworks, but hearth warm, steady. We broke apart laughing, foreheads together. Boyfriends? He whispered. Yeah, I breathed. Boyfriends. Words spread subtle. Handholds in hallways, team nods turning warm. Tyler apologized over burgers. My bad, man. Y'all are solid. Sarah faded graceful, even liking our joint Insta post. A blurry court shot, caption back in sync. Scouts returned, not for drama but talent. Notre Dame offered Jake a walk-on, me an academic ride, package deal. But conflict brewed darker. Christmas break, Big Mike's annual Harlan bash, suits and schmoozes, alumni toasting futures. Jake shone, charm dialed up, but I felt eyes. A scout's raised brow, Mike's old teammate muttering phase over scotch. Jake overheard, glass shattering in his grip. Bathroom hideout. It's starting. The real fight. I cleaned the cut, antiseptic sting. We face it together. New year dawned crisp. Resolutions fragile. Jake's ankle healed. Practices reignited. Our chemistry magnetic. Coach pulled us post-drill. You two? Unstoppable. But keep it pro. Court's no place for soap opera. We nodded, but tension simmered. Rivalries heated. Riverton rematch. Their star a brute named Connor. All trash talk and cheap shots. Game night. Arena electric. Banners blue and gold. We led early, but Connor targeted, elbow to Jake's ribs, hip check to mine. Whistles blew. Tex called. But he sneered in huddle. Lovers quarrel yet? Jake snapped, charging. I hauled him back, ejection looming. Halftime, down 5, coach raging. Head in the game. Locker room fracture. Jake lashed. They hate us. I countered. Then rise above. He stormed out, me chasing to the lot. Snow fell thick, his truck idling. Get in, he said, voice muffled. Inside, heat blasted, windows fogging. I'm poison, he muttered. Dragging you down. Bull. I cupped his face. We're steel. He kissed me fierce, desperation tasting of fear. Promise you won't leave. Promise. We returned, rallied second half fury. My 3-ceiling win. Post-game, embraces tight, but Connor's shadow lingered. Then the knife. Anonymous email to coach. Leaked locker room whispers. Twisted into distraction narrative. Investigation loomed. Playoffs teetering. Jake's phone exploded. Dad's fury. Scouts cooling. Betrayal? He whispered that night. Curled on my bed. From inside. Who? Paranoia seated. Tyler's slip? Sarah's hurt? We vowed trust, but cracks spidered. The leak hit like a blindside screen, brutal, unseen. By morning, school admin called us in. Principal's office sterile, Coach Ramirez flanking like a shield. Rumors, she said, folders splayed. Team morale. We need statements. Jake's hand shook under the table, mine steadying. It's love, he said flat. Not scandal. She sighed, glasses perched. Perception matters, boys. Playoffs are school pride. We signed affidavits, truth paired to facts, and left hollow. Hallways hummed darker. Graffiti in stalls. Fags out. Notes in lockers. Quit or regret. Tyler confessed over lunch. Connor's crew. They hacked group chat. Twisted old jokes. Revenge for the game, petty amplified. Jake deflated. It's war now. I rallied. Then we armor up. Team meeting that night, gym dim, guys circled. Jake spoke raw. This is me. If you're in, great. If not, doors there. Silence. Then Marcus stood. We're family. Connor's the punk. Cheers erupted. Fists bumping. Our tribe, forged in fire. But home front cracked. Mike summoned Jake post-meet. Living room standoff, Lisa mediating. I waited outside, snow piling on hood. Yells leaked. Legacy. Shame. What about grandkids? Jake emerged, bag packed. Couch surf. Your place. Always. Mom set up the den. No questions. Dad slipped him tools. Fix what's broke. Nights blurred. Whispered plans. Stolen kisses turning anchor. But doubt gnawed. His scout calls drying. My grades slipping under weight. Valentine's sneaked soft. No roses. But peer picnic. Thermos cocoa. Hearts etched in frost. Remember first kiss? He murmured, mittened hand in mine. Like yesterday. We laughed. But his eyes shadowed. Alex. Notre Dame's hedging. Conduct clause. Rage boiled. Screw them. Other schools, Duke, UCLA. He nodded, but fear clung. Dad's cutting tuition talks. Says, earn it straight. Betrayal's second wave, Sarah. Not malice, but fracture. She dated Ben post-Jake. Casual, but now confessed. He asked about you. Protective, weird. Ben? My coffee buddy, eyes lingering too long. Confrontation at art show. Gallery humming, canvases bold. Just friends, he stammered, but flush betrayed. Hurt stung, not jealousy but exposure. Don't play rebound. He deflated. Sorry. You're untouchable. Back to Jake, truth spilling. Ben flirted. Shut him down. Jake's laugh was sharp. Good. You're mine. Possessive but tender, we made it vow, sealing with lake wind. Playoffs quarterfinals. Versus state powerhouse. Away gym hostile. Bus ride tense, playlist pumping Eminem to steel nerves. Arena roared opposition. We warmed under jeers. Sweethearts. Scrawled on signs. Tip-off. Fury. I drove baseline. Dish to Jake. Dunk silenced half. But they pressed, trap suffocating. Halftime down 8. Coach scheming. Pick your poison. We adapted me ISO, Jake spot up. Third, surge. Tie game. Connor subbed in, traded, but grudge eternal. He guarded Jake. Whispers venom. Daddy know his boy's a queer? Jake shoved. Tech. Free throws. I pulled him. Eyes forward. Final minute, up 2. Ball in my hands, clock ticking. Drive, kick, Jake fades, swish. Ice in veins. Buzzer. Confetti. Screams our color. Hugs crushed. Tears mixing sweat. We did it, he gasped. Locker euphoria. But call came. Mike. Voice cracked. Proud son. Get home safe. Bridge mending, slow. Semis loomed, but calm shattered. Jake's ankle. Re-injured in celebration scrum. MRI. Stress fracture. Season end. Devastation, him sidelined. Me carrying solo. Championship without you? I raged at PT. Unfair. He gripped my jersey. Win for us. I'll be their loudest voice. Doubt crested. Pressure mounting. Scouts eyeing me solo. What if I choke? You won't. Kiss fierce. You're my hero. I trained brutal Don Solo's weight room grinds. Team rallied, but isolation crept. Ben's text ceased. Sarah's nods cool. One night, alone, journal spilled. Love him but fear losing me. Championship Eve. United Center. Chicago's cathedral, lights vast. Crowd electric. Jake in stands, crutches propped, jersey mine. Pre-game huddle. Coach's words gold. This is legacy. Tip, war. They led early, giants inside. I faded, turnovers, bricks. Halftime down 15, tunnel vision. Halftime. Jake texted breathe. Sync. I did second half Phoenix. Threes raining, steals fueling breaks. Tie overtime. T heart stop. Final possession there's down 1. Shot rims miss. Buzzer. State champs. Pandemonium, net cutting, trophy hoist. I scanned for him. Jake. Tears streaming, mouthing love you. Podium. Speeches blur but mine. To my partner in every way. Jake Harlan. Roars. Flashes. Mike in front row, clapping, acceptance dawning. Afterparty, hotel suite. Team wild. Jake waited in shadows. Pulled me to balcony. City sparkled. Lake Michigan ink. You were magic. Missed you out there. Embrace tight. Then the turn, his phone buzz, dad urgent. Hospital. Lisa's car accident. Icy roads. Bad wreck. We raced, hall sterile panic. Waiting room. Mike broken. She's tough. But hours dragged. Surgeon emerged. Stable, but spinal. Possible paralysis. Jake shattered. My arms his cage. Why now? He sobbed. Dawn broke gray. She woke. Groggy smile. My boys. Relief flooded, but shadow long. Rehab ahead. Mike humbled. Family reforged. Spring thawed slow. Jake's fracture healed, but basketball dreams pivoted. Coaching path. Notre Dame rec offer. We toured campuses, hands linked, futures mapping. Betrayals faded scars. Connor expelled for hacks. Ben apologetic fade. Graduation June. Caps airborne. Diplomas gripped. Valedictorian nod to me. Speech on bridges burned and built. Jake's whistle from seats. Proud. Summer. Road trip. Route 66 echoes. Diners and motels. One night. Grand Canyon rim. Marry me? Someday. Laughter. Tears. Someday. But climax brewed autumn. College move-in, separate schools, me UCLA film, him Notre Dame sports med distance loomed, doubts old friend. First weeks, calls daily, but parties pulled, his frat rush, my dorm mixers. Text from mutual, Jake at kegger with girl. Dancing close, heart seized. Call voicemail, confrontation weekend, his dorm air thick. Who? Claire. Teammates sis. Nothing. Pics say otherwise. Pain raw. He paced. I'm drunk half the time missing you. She was. Distraction. Like Sarah. Voice broke. Am I the phase now? No. Grabbed me. College panic. Proving I'm normal to roommates, coaches. Betrayals echo, deeper. Normal? Screw that. Be you, or let me go. He crumpled. Don't. I choose you. Always. Therapy tandem, virtual, unpacking closets cracked open. Vows renewed. Visits monthly, faith fierce. Climax crested Thanksgiving, his campus, game day. Notre Dame snow-draped. Us in stands, his team thumping foes. Post-win, tailgate. Beer flowing, but he pulled me aside. Enough hiding. On-field kiss, crowd whooping. Some jeers, but mostly cheers. Viral clip. Love wins. Pushback. Online trolls, coach chats. But support surged. Teammates ally post. Mike's public nod. My son's brave. Prouder every day. Winter deepened bonds. Holidays home. Lisa's rehab walks. Her wheels no barrier. Spirit unbroken. We planned dual grad school LA life. Spring break. Beach escape, waves crashing confessions. Scared still, I asked sand between toes. Every day, his hand in mine. But with you, worth it. Humanity wove through. Not perfection, but perseverance. Betrayals taught forgiveness. Conflicts, strength. Love, messy American dream. Equal parts grit and grace. Years folded like well-worn jerseys. College a blur of finals and flights. Our love a transcontinental thread holding fast. UCLA's sun baked scripts from my soul. Films of quiet longings, queerness in suburbia, while Jake's Notre Dame labs dissected bodies, his own mending first. Visits were sacraments. Him crashing my dorm, sand sprinkled from SoCal beaches. Me bundling against Irish chill, stealing kisses in stadium shadows. Distance sharpened ache, but absence made artists of us. Letters mailed old school, words painting what calls couldn't. Betrayal's ghost revisited sophomore year. His ex-teammate, Derek, bromance turned sour. Leaked old voicemails. Me mid-confession. Twisted as obsession. Backlash. Campus protests. His coach sidelining for focus. I flew east, airport reunion a battlefield embrace. They don't know us. I whispered, hotel room sanctuary. He traced my jaw. But you do. That's enough. We fought public. Joint op-ed in school rags. Beyond the court. A love story raw, unfiltered. Response mixed. Hate male venom. But allies amplified. Glad nod. Teammate testimonials. Mike, ever evolving, penned his own. A father's reckoning. Healing rippled. Junior year pivot. My short film premiered Sundance, hoop dreams deferred, our story veiled in fiction. Jake flew in, front row beaming. Q&A. Inspired by the boy who taught me to shoot straight. Laughter, applause. Offers trickled. Indie gigs, his physio internships. Climax brewed summer internship. Me NYC editor, him Chicago clinic. Proximity tempted old rhythms. Peer nights, dawn hoops. But fracture. Workaholic haze, night solo. He snapped first. Dinner dodged. Are we drifting? I deflected. Just busy. But truth gnawed. Fear of complacency. Love's inertia. Storm broke August. His clinic party, me late from cut. Arrived to him laughing with intern. Lila, sharp wit, hand on arm. Jealousy flared irrational. I bolted. Cab to train. Voicemail rage. History repeats? Find your distraction. He chased Union Station midnight, platform echoing. Alex, wait. I turned, tears hot. Can't watch you slip back. He dropped to knee. Echo of that gym long ago, ring box trembling. Not proposal, but plea. This. Forever anchor. Simple band. Promise etched inside. Always sink. I hauled him up. Kiss salt sour. Idiot. Yes. Fall reset. Engagements whispered. Plans penciled. Grads converged. His med school Michigan, mine MFA Columbia. Vows small. Michigan courthouse. June bloom. Attendees intimate. Parents beaming. Mike teary. Toasting to unbreakable plays. Team remnants. Lisa wheeling aisle with grin. Rings exchanged, Lakeview. I do twice. Once legal, once soul deep. Honeymoon road tripped. 66 Redux. Stops at Canyon Confessions. Diner dances. Life post-vow. Brooklyn walk up. His shifts long, my sets dawn. Conflicts cropped. Money strains move fights, but therapy toolkit sharpened. Talks turn tools, not weapons. Humanism bloomed in margins. Volunteering me mentoring queer youth filmmakers, stories untold. Him pro bono physio for at-risk kids, bodies mended like hearts. One case. Teen athlete, outed rough, mirroring us. Jake Sessions, my doc short. Echoes on the court, Oscar buzz, but impact deeper. Lives shifted. Betrayal's final echo. Decade mark, Mike's decline. Cancer quiet, aggressive. Hospice vigils. Jake bedside, hand in papa's. Regrets. Mike rasped. Nah. You. Jake squeezed. Mike's eyes. Jake's mirror. One. Not sooner. Last breath peaceful. Legacy love. Funeral rain lashed, but eulogy mine. Mike Harlan taught us fight. Fair. Fierce. Rest easy, coach. Aftermath grief's tide, but we swam tandem. Inheritance surprise. Trust for family future. Wedding redux. This time gala. Chicago skyline. Vows renewed. Dance floor hours. Slow sway to Thunder Road. Guests toasting resilience. Years stacked. His practice boomed. Sports med guru. My directs acclaimed. Straight shot. Biopic veiled in our youth. Can palm. Kids. Not blood, but chosen. Foster teens. Rotating chaos of courtside cheers. Identity workshops. One. Jamie. Wiry like me. Guarded. Cracked open over hoops. You too? Real. Yeah. Jake ruffled his hair. Real as it gets. Twilight now. 40s firm. Lines etching laughs more than losses. Suburban return, Chicago loop. Court in yard for Jamie's games. Dawn patrols persist. Creaky knees, but sink eternal. One morning, post jumper, he kneels, joke this time, ankle twinge. I pull him up, echo that first. Can't look away. He grins, sweat silvered. Good. Don't. Story closes not with fanfare, but quiet humanism. Love as verb, chosen daily. American tapestry. Flawed, fierce, where straight lines curve to truth, and best friends become forever. In the end, it's not the unexpected that defines, but the enduring gaze.